What's going on, guys? We're over here at Ron Craft Chevrolet. A buddy of mine, Juan, works here, kind of just hanging out. He's working on his cars. I was basically just cleaning my truck up, wasn't really doing much. He's got his own channel. Talk about that here in a minute. Just kind of want to show y'all what we got going on here. He's been doing a lot of work to his cars. He's got an 89 Mustang, which I'm about to show y'all. What year is the T-Bird?
93.
93. He's got a Thunderbird Super Coupe, which, if you don't know what that is, it comes with a 3.8 liter supercharged. It's a triple black car, right?
Triple black.
Yeah, blackout, black interior. It's actually got Celine rims off of like a Mustang, Fox Body Mustang Celine. As you can see behind me is my truck. This is my 2004 Ford F-250. It's a 6.0 diesel. A lot of hate on the 6.0 diesels, but this one right here I actually bought from the original owner. It's got 275,000 miles. I used to work at a diesel shop called Lewis Auto and Diesel, and I actually did a lot of the work to this truck. If you're familiar with 6.0s, the bulletproof work, which is the head studs, the oil cooler, the EGR delete. A lot of that work was done by me, so I basically know the ins and outs of this truck. So it's pretty stout. I haven't had too many issues with it yet. There's still a few things I need to do to it. One thing that was overlooked throughout the whole truck's life was the diff fluid. They never changed the diff fluid, so the rear end, I went to change the diff fluid because it had a pinion seal leak, and it wasn't because of a bad seal. It's actually a bad pinion bearing. I found a lot of metal flake inside of the diff fluid, which is not that big a deal. It's got 275,000 miles. It's been used a lot, and then most of its life it pulled a trailer, so it's been worked hard. But it's kind of just my daily driver / tow truck. You know, I pull whatever I need to with it. All the boys around, whatever we got to do, it basically does whatever I need it to do right now. In the future, I got a few plans for it. Nothing like crazy like performance or anything. Just obviously get the rear end rebuilt. I need to put a gooseneck hitch in it because here in the near future I'm probably gonna be getting a gooseneck trailer because I'm gonna have two vehicles and I'm gonna be towing around. So I want to have room for two vehicles on the trailer, or just one vehicle and a golf cart, or whatever we need to bring to the track with us. Later on in the week I'll show y'all the vehicles. Well, I'll show y'all one of them, and the other one probably won't be introduced to the channel until way later. But we're gonna go ahead and check out Juan's cars and chat with him a little bit. So this is Juan's 88 Mustang. What's the backstory on this? What's the backstory on this? Like, where did he get it from?
So the car has been sitting at my mentor's house for quite a while now. Whenever I got my first Fox Body, it was a 1990 LX, call it a 7-Up. Limited edition car, a little bit on the rare side, but at the time the car was very clean and it was about ready to daily. So I ended up going with that one instead, but this car has been sitting there since. It's been about 5 years. So the car has been sitting on this property for quite a while. I always contemplated on buying it off of him, and then finally this year decided, man, like maybe it's time. And it needs some work, but I feel like it's manageable, and also I feel like we have the resources to do so. It's been a pretty good build just starting off. I've only had it about a month, but it has a lot of potential. I feel like it's gonna be a good car. I dislike a lot of things about it, like the graphics. Those are painted on. I might as well just show you like everything I dislike because.
Are they painted over?
This is.
It looks like they're clear coated over. It doesn't look like they've been painted on. It looks like they're clear coated over. You know what I'm saying? Like they painted the car, they put the graphics on, and then they clear coated over the graphics.
Possibly.
That's what it looks like. Because they got the same shimmer that the paint does. Like the clear coat the paint.
Yeah.
The sticker's probably not a gloss sticker like that.
If I use like some clay bar,
you'd have to take the whole top layer of
the
clear coat off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the car's got quite a bit done to it. It does look like it was raced at some point. It doesn't have subframe connectors, which, if you know anything about Fox bodies, subframe connectors are a big must on these. Especially when you're drag racing them, launching them can be pretty harsh on them. We don't see any creasing or wrinkles or anything. It kind of sits a little funny. but that could be just a suspension possibly being worn out.
Well,
Not necessarily.
I think it's the shock, dude.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily going to be. It might not necessarily be tweaked, but it's probably just got some suspension sag to it. The car's already 5-lug. They did 5-lug swap front and rear. It's still stock K-member. They've got a bunch of, actually the interior, they've done a lot of paint work to it. He's doing some work to it right now, replacing the carpet. It's a T-top car, so like any other T-top car, it has leaks. It's got a few little spots in the floorboard where it had some rust. He's working on that though. You can see they painted the interior. The dash and stuff is all red and gloss black. The center console is the same way.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
Basically the engine though, it's a stock bottom end 5.0 HO motor. We don't think it has a cam. We know it's got a cam. We don't know if it has an aftermarket cam. We haven't started it up yet. He got it and it was missing 2 valve springs. The previous owner, the owner that had it before his mentor, had taken, he said he heard a tick in the engine and he took the valve cover off and he pulled the intake, pulled the valve cover, and took 2 of the valve springs off. But instead of doing it the right way, he like cut the top of the valve off so the keeper would come out. So basically we had to replace both valves, the valve seals. We had to find some springs, the retainers, and the keepers, and get it back together. So he's got the head back together. We got to put the head on, put the intake on. We'll get it fired up and running and figure out basically what's wrong with it. Performance-wise, it doesn't look like it really has anything done to it besides long tube headers. Still got stock intake. It does look like it has a colder intake, but other than that, we don't really see anything. Whenever we went and picked it up from his mentor's house, he got a set of Weld Pro Stars with it. So it's got the 15x10s in the back with a 28-10-5 tire. And it's got 15x3.5s in the front. We're going to have to run spacers in the front to be able to clear the brakes. It does have the big brakes on it. Disc brakes all the way around. Well, yeah, it's got disc brakes all the way around, right? Yeah. But basically that's it. I mean, he's going at it slowly but surely. It's not a fast process. Nothing's ever fast process, but it's coming together. And over here is the Super Coupe. This is a 1993 Thunderbird Super Coupe. Like I said earlier, triple black car. It's got the Saleen Fox Body Mustang rims on it. And this one has a 3.8 liter supercharged, as you can see right here. Whenever he got the car, as you can see, it's got the aftermarket upper pulley right here. I don't believe it has a lower pulley done, but for sure it has the upper pulley done. Performance wise, it's really the only thing we found with the car. Shortly after he got it, the transmission went out. Our old boss rebuilt the transmission for him. Me and him put that back together. What's the story on this oil cap? Why is it like weird?
That's from the 7-Up.
So you've had that on both of your,
Actually, yeah.
basically your cars?
It kind of like rolls with me. Brian put that on the 7-Up, and it's gone on all of my Ford cars ever since. Whichever one I'm dailying at the time. Because usually they all fit the same. Like that's
it's just kind of like one of those little things, you know?
Yep.
But these are 2 of his project cars. He's also got the 7-Up, like he was saying earlier. I'm sure you'll see that in the future. He's going to be on the channel a lot. I'm going to be on his channel a lot. What's your channel name?
77 Red Eye. It's just the same user tag I use for the rest of my social media.
77 Red Eye. I'll link his channel in the description, so y'all can go check that out if y'all want to. This is his slew of parts over here. Factory lower intake, factory upper intake, stock 19-pound injectors. There's the T-tops. Those are actually the AJE coilovers. I got him those. They're a 2-inch drop front spindle, and they work with the SN95 style brakes. So it's basically a straight bolt in and go. It helps to have the, the AJE K-member to match with those. Well, not really the AJE K-member. The AJE lower control arms as well as the K-member, they kind of go together. It helps to have both those on, but that's a good little upgrade. These are the seats, which are in actually very good shape. I believe they've been recovered at some point, but like I was saying earlier, get a better view. This is the F-250 I was telling you about. This is my daily / tow truck. It's not perfect, but it gets me from A to B, pulls a trailer, runs pretty solid for how it is. It's got 275,000 miles. Actually, no. Let's see. I think it's got 278, actually. Let's see. Oh, 282, my bad. When I bought it, it had 275 on it. It's at 282 now. It's dirty right now. But overall, solid truck. Like I said, it gets me around what I need to do. They've already done a few things to it, like aesthetically wise. It's got the 06 front clip on it with the paint matched bumper cover with the chrome front bumper, the headlights, the grille. It also has the 08 NUP tail lights. They did the reverse lights and everything. But you're gonna see this truck quite often. This is my daily, so if I'm doing any vlogging or anything inside the vehicle as I'm going somewhere, it'll be in this truck. Later on in the week, I got some parts coming in and stuff for my 88 Mustang that I have patched back as well, but it is LS powered and it's gonna have a power glide behind it. So I got some parts coming in for that later on this week. I ordered a bunch of stuff during Black Friday sales. Got some good deals. I don't have much left to buy for that, but you're gonna be seeing that car a lot, as well as this truck, as well as Juan's cars. And once my Mustang is done, another thing I need to cover in this video, basically what you're gonna see on this channel. So you're gonna see some racing. You're gonna see some racing on the track. You're gonna see some racing in Mexico. You're gonna see some how-to videos. I am a diesel technician, so I have some secrets that I would like to share with the world, so people know what I do and how I do it. That might help somebody along in the future. You're gonna see I covered racing, street, and track racing. Whenever I'm at the track, I'll probably be doing a lot of class racing. I kind of want to be a true street contender. It's probably gonna take a lot of nitrous, but that's okay. You're gonna see random vlogs, going to do random stuff. You know, we might be going to shoot guns or just hanging out in general with all the boys, hanging out at other people's shops. There's gonna be a lot of content on this, but basically what it's gonna be covering is racing, my builds, and hanging out with friends. So you'll see, it's gonna be a very diverse channel. There's gonna be a lot of stuff on here. There's gonna be a lot of content that's kind of random, but it's just, I'm doing it for you guys. Once my Mustang's done, you'll see my Mustang quite a bit, and then I'll start working on my other Taurus show. That's kind of where I got all this started at. I had a 2013 Taurus show. It had three things done to it, okay? It had exhaust, it had a tune, and it had nitrous. That's it. Everything else was bone stock. Stock airbox, everything else was bone stock. It was on a 100-shot dry, tuned by SSI on a 104 octane tune. The car was completely gutted with a Kirky seat in it. There's not very many people that do that. I was one of the very few that have done that. The car went 1180 is the best pass to the track with a 1.7 60 foot. It was pretty fast. I got a lot of hate in the car. People didn't like the car. They didn't like street racing me in the car because it was all-wheel drive, and they complained about it. But at the end of the day, it was a damn four-door mom car that weighed 4,500 pounds, and it got shit done. It was fast. People hated me for it, but like I said, I got a lot of hate with the car. In January of this year, on my birthday, I was on my way to my house, rush hour traffic. I was over on Highway 99, one of the highways in our town, and these people ran a stop sign doing about 55 miles an hour and T-boned me and totaled my car out. After that, I've been out of the game for a while, just been kind of hanging out. I do a lot of street racing and stuff like that, and I bought another one. It's a 2010. I bought it from a mechanic shop that had a bad motor in it, so I paid $500 for the car. It's the same car that I had, a couple years older. It's pearl white instead of tuxedo black, but it's a very clean car. It had 80,000 miles on it, and basically what happened is the cylinder leaned out and it burned a piston. Well, I've already got the block from the machine shop, crank micro polished. They had to bore it 20 over. It's got mainly forged pistons in it, mainly H-beam rods. It's going to be basically a built motor with stock turbos. And the reason I'm going stock turbos is the turbos for the shows are about $3,200. And in all honesty, they're not worth it because you don't gain that much power. So what I'm losing with not having the upgraded turbos, I'm just going to make up with the nitrous. They make a plate kit for those cars. I sprayed 100 dry on the other car. If I put probably 150 or 200 wet on this car, it'll be just like having the aftermarket turbos. So I'd like to get that car down deep in the 11s and see how that goes. There's gonna be a lot of experimental stuff done with that car, like putting race stars on it and radials and stuff. A lot of stuff that people haven't done, because if you have a Taurus, some people make them fast, but they don't really do a lot with them. But I have a lot of plans for it. But I want to get the Mustang done first because it's a lot cheaper and easier to work on. And I want to have that for content and for enjoyment, because I haven't been racing in a while and I need to get back out racing. So I will probably see y'all about Tuesday this week. Like I said, I got a bunch of parts coming in. I'm gonna do like some unboxings and stuff with all that whenever I get the car in. We'll go over to the car, I'll show you the car, what my plans are with it, and go over everything like that. But until probably Tuesday or Wednesday, you won't see me. So take care, y'all.